Welcome! Today, we're diving into the concept of Substantial Gainful Activity, or SGA, and why it's so important for Social Security Disability Insurance, also known as SSDI. If you're applying for SSDI or already receiving benefits, understanding SGA is crucial. It's a key factor the Social Security Administration uses to decide if you qualify for disability benefits. In this video, we'll break down what SGA means, how it's measured, and what it means for your eligibility. Let's start by defining SGA and setting the stage for the rest of our discussion. Substantial Gainful Activity, or SGA, is a term used by the Social Security Administration to describe a level of work activity and earnings. Essentially, it's the amount of money you can earn through work that shows you're able to support yourself. If you earn more than a certain amount each month, the SSA may decide you're not disabled according to their rules. This threshold changes each year and is different for blind and non-blind individuals. Understanding this definition is the first step in navigating SSDI eligibility. SGA is a central concept in determining SSDI eligibility. The Social Security Administration uses it as a benchmark to decide if your disability prevents you from working enough to support yourself. If your earnings are above the SGA level, your application for SSDI may be denied, even if you have a serious medical condition. This makes understanding SGA essential for anyone seeking disability benefits. Let's look at how the SSA measures SGA and what counts as substantial gainful activity. The SSA measures SGA primarily by looking at your monthly earnings from work. Each year, they set a specific dollar amount that represents the SGA threshold. If you earn more than this amount, you're considered able to engage in substantial gainful activity. For 2024, for example, the SGA limit for non-blind individuals is $1,470 per month, while for blind individuals, it's $2,460 per month. These numbers are adjusted annually to account for changes in the cost of living. Not all income counts toward SGA. The SSA looks specifically at earnings from work, wages, salaries, or self-employment income. Other sources of income, like gifts, investments, or support from family, are not considered when determining SGA. This distinction is important because only your work-related earnings can impact your SSDI eligibility. So, if you're receiving money from non-work sources, it won't count against the SGA limit. If you're self-employed, the SSA uses a slightly different approach to determine if you're engaging in SGA. They consider not just your income, but also the value of your work, the hours you spend, and whether your business is profitable. Even if your net earnings are low, if you're working many hours or performing significant duties, the SSA may decide you're engaging in SGA. This is especially important for freelancers and small business owners. The SGA limit is higher for individuals who are legally blind. This is because the SSA recognizes that people with vision impairments may face additional challenges in the workforce. For 2024, the SGA limit for blind individuals is $2,460 per month, compared to $1,470 for non-blind individuals. This distinction ensures that the rules are fair and take into account the unique obstacles faced by people with different disabilities. Each year, the SSA reviews and updates the SGA limits to reflect changes in the cost of living. This means the amount you can earn without affecting your SSDI eligibility may increase over time. It's important to stay informed about the current year's SGA threshold, as earning even a little over the limit could impact your benefits. Checking the SSA's website or speaking with a disability advocate can help you stay up to date. The SSA offers a trial work period for SSDI recipients who want to test their ability to work without immediately losing benefits. During this period, you can earn more than the SGA limit for up to 9 months without affecting your SSDI eligibility. This allows you to try returning to work while still having the safety net of your benefits. After the trial period, your earnings will be evaluated under the regular SGA rules. After your trial work period ends, you enter the extended period of eligibility, which lasts for 36 months. During this time, you can still receive SSDI benefits for any month your earnings fall below the SGA limit. If your earnings go above the limit, your benefits may be suspended for that month, but you won't have to reapply if your income drops again. This provides a safety net as you transition back to work. If you have expenses related to your disability that help you work, such as special equipment or transportation, the SSA may deduct these costs from your earnings when calculating SGA. These are called impairment-related work expenses, IRWE. By subtracting these expenses, your countable income may fall below the SGA limit, allowing you to keep your SSDI benefits even if your gross earnings are higher. Sometimes, people try to return to work but are unable to continue due to their disability. If you work for 6 months or less and have to stop because of your condition, the SSA may consider this an unsuccessful work attempt. In these cases, your earnings during this period may not count against the SGA limit, which can help protect your SSDI eligibility. If you receive extra help on the job, such as a job coach or special accommodations, the SSA may consider this a subsidy or special condition. In these cases, not all of your earnings may count toward SGA. The SSA will evaluate how much of your work is actually being performed by you versus the help you receive, and only count the portion you're responsible for. Volunteer work generally doesn't count as SGA unless you receive payment or other compensation. However, if your volunteer activities demonstrate skills or abilities that suggest you could work for pay, the SSA may consider this when evaluating your disability status. It's important to be honest about all activities when applying for SSDI. Passive income, such as money from investments, rental properties, or gifts, does not count toward SGA. The SSA is only concerned with income earned from active work. This distinction is important for people who have other sources of financial support, as it won't affect their SSDI eligibility. Unpaid work, such as helping a family business or volunteering, generally doesn't count as SGA. However, if the work you do is similar to what you would do in a paid position, the SSA may consider whether your activities show you're capable of substantial gainful activity. Always be transparent about any unpaid work when applying for SSDI. Working part-time doesn't automatically mean you're under the SGA limit. The SSA looks at your total monthly earnings, not the number of hours worked. If your part-time job pays enough to exceed the SGA threshold, you may not qualify for SSDI. It's the dollar amount that matters, not the schedule. If you have more than one job, the SSA will add up all your earnings to determine if you exceed the SGA limit. It doesn't matter if each job pays less than the threshold. What counts is your total monthly income from all work activities. Keeping track of your combined earnings is essential to stay within the SGA guidelines. Some people have income that varies from month to month. The SSA typically looks at your average monthly earnings over a period of time to determine if you're engaging in SGA. If your income occasionally goes above the limit, but your average stays below, you may still qualify for SSDI. It's important to keep detailed records of your earnings. Bonuses, commissions, and other irregular payments from work are included in your monthly earnings calculation for SGA. The SSA will add these amounts to your regular wages to determine if you're over the limit. If you receive large bonuses, it's important to factor these into your monthly average. Non-cash payments, such as free housing or meals provided by your employer, may also count as income for SGA purposes. The SSA will estimate the value of these benefits and add them to your monthly earnings. This ensures that all forms of compensation are considered when determining your eligibility. If you work in a family business, the SSA will look closely at your role and compensation. Even if you're not paid a regular wage, the value of your work may be considered as income. It's important to document your hours, duties, and any payments received to ensure accurate evaluation. Some people with disabilities work in sheltered workshops or similar settings. The SSA may consider whether the work performed in these environments is comparable to work in the general economy. If your productivity or earnings are significantly lower, the SSA may not count this as SGA, which can help you maintain eligibility. Supported employment programs help people with disabilities find and keep jobs. If you receive significant help or accommodations, the SSA may adjust your countable earnings to reflect only the work you perform independently. This can make it easier to stay under the SGA limit while receiving the support you need. The SSA offers several work incentives to encourage people with disabilities to try working without immediately losing benefits. These include the trial work period, impairment-related work expenses, and the extended period of eligibility. Understanding these incentives can help you make informed decisions about returning to work. The SSA conducts periodic continuing disability reviews, CDRs, to determine if you still meet the requirements for SSDI. During these reviews, your work activity and earnings are closely examined. If you've been earning above the SGA limit, your benefits may be stopped. Keeping accurate records and understanding the rules can help you navigate these reviews. If you're receiving SSDI, you must report any changes in your work activity or earnings to the SSA. Failing to report income can result in overpayments, penalties, or loss of benefits. It's important to notify the SSA promptly if you start or stop working, change jobs, or have significant changes in your earnings. If you earn more than the SGA limit and don't report it, you may receive SSDI payments you're not entitled to. These are called overpayments, and the SSA will require you to pay them back. To avoid this, always keep the SSA informed about your work and earnings. If your earnings go above the SGA limit, your SSDI benefits may be suspended. However, if your income drops below the limit again, you may be able to have your benefits reinstated without a new application. This flexibility helps people transition back to work without losing their safety net. If your SSDI benefits stop because you're earning above the SGA limit, but you later become unable to work again, you may qualify for expedited reinstatement. This allows you to quickly restart your benefits without going through the full application process, as long as you request reinstatement within 5 years. If your medical condition improves and you're able to work above the SGA limit, your SSDI benefits may end. The SSA will review your case to determine if you still meet the disability requirements. It's important to keep your medical records up to date and communicate any changes in your health to the SSA. Age can play a role in how the SSA evaluates your ability to engage in SGA. Older individuals may have different vocational factors considered, such as work history, education, and transferable skills. The SSA takes a holistic approach when assessing disability for people over a certain age. Your education level can also influence how the SSA determines your ability to perform SGA. Higher education or specialized training may suggest you have skills that could be used in other types of work, even if you can't do your previous job. The SSA will consider your entire background when making a decision. The SSA looks at vocational factors such as your work history, skills, and ability to adapt to new work environments when evaluating SGA. These factors help determine if you can perform other types of work, not just your previous job. This comprehensive review ensures a fair assessment of your disability claim. Medical evidence is a critical part of the SSA's evaluation process. Your doctor's reports, test results, and treatment history all help demonstrate how your condition affects your ability to work. The SSA uses this information alongside your earnings to determine if you meet the SGA criteria. Sometimes, the SSA may require you to attend a consultative exam with an independent doctor. This exam helps provide additional information about your medical condition and ability to work. The results are used alongside your other medical records to make a decision about your SSDI eligibility. If your SSDI application is denied due to SGA, you have the right to appeal the decision. The appeals process includes several steps, such as reconsideration, a hearing before an administrative law judge, and further appeals if necessary. Understanding your rights can help you navigate this process and present your case effectively. Having a lawyer or advocate can be helpful when dealing with SGA issues and SSDI applications. Legal professionals understand the rules and can help you gather evidence, complete paperwork, and represent you during appeals. Their expertise can make a big difference in the outcome of your case. Some states have their own disability programs with different rules and income limits. If you don't qualify for SSDI due to SGA, you may still be eligible for state assistance. It's worth exploring all your options to find the support you need. The Social Security Administration provides a wealth of resources to help you understand SGA and SSDI. Their website, publications, and customer service representatives can answer questions and provide up-to-date information. Taking advantage of these resources can help you stay informed and make the best decisions for your situation. Planning for your financial future is important, especially if you're dealing with disability and SSDI. Understanding SGA rules can help you make informed choices about work, income, and benefits. Consider working with a financial planner or disability advocate to create a plan that meets your needs and goals. There are many misconceptions about SGA and SSDI. Some people think any work will disqualify them or that all income counts toward SGA. In reality, only work earnings are considered, and there are many rules and exceptions. Getting accurate information is key to making the right decision. Rules about SGA and SSDI can change over time. Staying informed about updates, new limits, and changes in policy is essential. Regularly check the SSA website, talk to experts, and keep up with news to ensure you're always making decisions based on the latest information. If you're unsure about how SGA affects your SSDI eligibility, don't hesitate to seek help. Disability advocates, legal professionals, and Social Security representatives can provide guidance and answer your questions. Getting support can make the process less stressful and help you protect your benefits. To wrap up, substantial gainful activity is a crucial concept for anyone applying for or receiving SSDI. Understanding what counts as SGA, how it's measured, and the various exceptions and incentives can help you make informed decisions about work and benefits. Remember to stay updated, report changes, and seek help when needed. With the right knowledge, you can navigate the SSDI system and protect your financial security.